Mua mang mời sếp đây. Có protector. Có cái cặp à. Tram. Do African. Ra đây trước đây.
Đưa không đã không hồi bỏ tay no khen đi qua đây sợ nó không bớt đi ra. Thank you.
You can rest assured that I'm not zip lining.
2 minutes of a mile.
I don't even.
Để ta coi nó một chút. Flamingo. Cái này không phải là flamingo. Đúng rồi, cái này loại khác ha. Cái màu nó lọt hơn. Màu nó lạc hơn. Đây.
There's a carousel. Look at the pig.
Mới sáng thấy đông ha. Mùa hôi chắc là đông bạo. Không biết. Thế nào?
yên. Nghe nó không? Africa Walk Jump. This side.
Africa Tram.
Walk this side.
Yes. À.
What's over there, bud? Oh, yeah. All right, I would like further.
You would stop a panda, right?
Hey, you could wake
Ủa,
up.
hồi nãy nói gì hướng số mấy ở ngoài kia?
13.
Biết số 13 là cái chỗ này, nhưng mà hồi nãy hình như nói
Số
sao?
4.
Số 4.
Nhưng mà thấy nó chỉ cái đường đi nè.
Hướng này.
You guys,
Tất cả. Ồ, mấy con gì à? Hầu quá vậy.
Mấy con dê á, phải không? Cù à?
Biết.
Cù dê này có. Mùa này là mùa rô. Đâu á?
and guess what? Those are hyena.
Đây nè.
À.
Nhưng mà tới số 5 rồi, đi tới số 13 lần á. Còn lo quá.
They did like a dance and one of them.
Hướng này là
The child who has lost his parents.
nên mấy chỗ này nó mát hơn ở Siwon ha.
Yes.
Mấy cái vô bóng cây nhiều, kia là nóng rất sợ. Africa Walk.
Trong rừng cũng đẹp quá ha.
Cũng Sapa không? Có đi Sapa vậy là có chơi này không? Mà luôn kinh khí cầu, nhưng mà phải có mua vé trước, mình đâu mua đâu. Rồi, hỏi trước cho biết mai mốt mà mua, bây giờ mua cũng được mà. Tại thường mấy cái show này là phải mua, là phải đặt vé chứ, đi đặt giờ chứ. Morning.
Vài năm nữa.
You guys can see, you see the thick thorns? If you were with me last night, we talked about these thorns, about how they're really thick. Who touched that thorn last night? How long? Yeah, exactly. This one.
Đi cái đó là mới thấy nguyên hết
Cây du.
cái rừng này hết. Lần đi
Yeah.
đi biết một chỗ. Bán cái cạch.
Hầu như mọi người đi hướng này thôi. Chắc giả dỗ cái này đó.
Rồi xuống nè. Trước để tặng người. Đi hết đi thành.
Lion Camp.
I see you. Where you go?
He's in between. He's like right in between.
They feed, helping their feeding, but it also is going to help oxygenate the water. The flamingo are keystone species because they are the oxygenators of the environment. Now, it is very important to have sustainable amounts of oxygen in water so that the water can sustain life, which means other animals can feed, like the flamingo or you and I. And if we were to lose our efficient oxygenators, we would have issues of dead bodies of water, or bodies of water that do not have usable amounts of oxygen, which means it can't sustain life. And that is why we need to make sure that we're conserving those flamingo species. Now, over on the right, you're going to see one of our bobcat custody. Now, because both of these northern white rhinos are female, the species is functionally extinct. But we are still racing against the clock to prevent full extinction. Now, we believe a surrogacy program will be able to help these northern white rhinos, and we're in process of learning how to create a northern white rhino embryo. We are going to take this embryo and artificially impregnate southern white rhino because they're subspecies to one another. And we are hoping that this will result in the birth of a full-blooded northern white rhino baby. Raise your hands if this sounds interesting and you want to learn more. I know, right? I wish I had more time to tell you, but I don't. So I'm going to give you some resources. I know, that was me, but you can go to San Diego Zoo WildlifeAlliance.org, and by visiting this site, you'll be able to learn about our 8 different conservation hubs. Now, we have 8 different hubs located on 6 different continents, and these hubs allow our facility to work with the community as well as other organizations so that we can together create a world where all life thrives. Now the rhino conservation is part of our southwest hub, or not southwest, or Savannah hub of conservation. Now as we continue through our tour, I'll highlight a few of the other conservation hubs, but I want you to look out to the left, and you're looking into our South Savannah habitat. We have about 65 acres of land in just this habitat alone, and in our African field habitat, we have about 250 acres, and we'll be traveling around 200 of those today. Now our South Savannah habitat kind of represents our Savannah hub of conservation. A savanna is what is known as a biodiversity hotspot, or an ecosystem where multiple species of plants and animals are able to be sustained. But unfortunately, due to human encroachment like climate change and habitat destruction, the biodiversity hotspots are being pushed to extinction. Now, if we were to lose all of our biodiversity hotspots, the planet in which we are all thriving on will no longer be able to exist. Now, over on the right, we have a bird marsh, and we've got one of our visitors. We have about 200 to 300 different species of birds that visit our facilities every single year. And we also have one of our animal care specialists tending to the environment. But keep looking. Oh, take a look underneath the trees. We've got some of our vultures at the very top by the wall. One of those was the Cape vulture with the white feathering. I moved a little too fast, so I didn't see the first one, but we have 3 different species in there. Darker, blacker feathering, that is going to be the lappet-faced vulture, and then brown and white feathering, that is the western maypole vulture. And then down at the bottom with the yellow crown of feathers is one of our West African crown cranes. Now, like our flamingo, vultures are a keystone species, and their job is to be the cleanup crew, or the sanitary workers, because they are cleaning up leftover carcasses. Now, these leftover carcasses can have diseases and bacteria like anthrax, E. coli, the Ebola virus, even tuberculosis. And the vultures have a natural immunity to these diseases. Now, research is being done to try to find out how do they have this to get those items. Now, those of you that are in the first tram with me, you don't have emergency strips, but you do have your hands. Just simply wave to me in my rearview mirror and tap on the glass that is right behind me, and I will be able to assist you. Now, lastly, please be sure to stay seated while the tram is in motion. Once we come to a stop, I say it's okay. You can stand up, take pictures. But once we start moving again, please be sure to take your seats once again. So looking out to the left, you're looking into our East African habitat. And walking along in the dirt, we've got one of our female southern white rhinos. And then if you look further up in the hill, we have a few more of our southern white rhino as well. Now, southern white rhino are a social species. The female do spend time together. And having them spend time together is how they're able to go into their estrus cycle. Now we'll get another view of East Africa once we're headed back into the tram station. But while we're out on tour, we're going to be learning about our keystone species, or species that if they were to be pushed to extinction, it would have an impact on the environment. Now go ahead and take a look down on the right. We've got our greater flamingo, and per usual, they're taking their morning nap. But you will always find flamingo in what is called a flamboyance, and the flamboyance is used for safety in number. Because flamingo, well, there's not really much to their bodies, so they need lots of little eyes looking out for them, looking out for those predators. Now you also notice that our flamingo look a little different from what you typically think of, since they're lacking most of that bright pink coloration. Now you're thinking of Caribbean flamingos. Our flamingo are found in Africa, and they live amongst the salt marshes and salt plains, and that lighter coloration is going to help them keep cool. Now the next time you get to look at a flamboyance of flamingo and they are awake, I want you to watch their feet, especially if their beaks are in the water. Now while their beaks are in the water, keystone species, because they are the oxygenators of the environment. Now it is very important to have sustainable amounts of oxygen in water so that the water can sustain life, which means other animals can feed, like the flamingo or you and I. And if we were to lose our efficient oxygenators, we would have issues of dead bodies of water, or bodies of water that do not have usable amounts of oxygen, which means it can't sustain life. And that is why we need to make sure that we're conserving those flamingo species. Now over on the right, you're going to see one of our bobcats in the Rhino Rescue Center, but it's okay because the rhinos are on the other side. Now here at the Rhino Rescue Center is where we are going to be working towards conserving the most critically endangered rhino species, which is the northern white rhino. There's only 2 northern white rhinos left in the entire world, and both of them are female. Now they are located in Africa on a sanctuary, and they are protected 24 hours a day with armed guard custody. Now, because both of these northern white rhinos are female, the species is functional care specialists tending to the environment. But keep looking. Oh, take a look underneath the trees. We've got some of our vultures at the very top by the wall. One of those was the king vulture with the white feathering. I moved a little too fast, so I didn't see the first one, but we have 3 different species in there. Darker, blacker feathering, that is ages. Now research is being done to try to find out how do they have this immunity, how can we create a vaccine so that we can have immunity as well, so that we can help prevent future outbreaks. But there are 23 species of vultures, and they're consuming about 70% of the leftover carcasses, and if we were to lose all of them, our planet would be littered with bodies, and disease and bacteria would be running rampant. Now, over half of the 23 are already listed as endangered. We just passed by our Somerang's gazelle, beautiful antelope species, and yes, I did call them a gazelle and an antelope because all gazelle are antelopes, but not all antelope are gazelle. Now, those Somerang's gazelle had long rhinos, giraffes. Now, at the feeder, we have a few very young Maasai giraffes. Now, giraffes are the tallest land mammals in the world, standing anywhere from 14 to 18 feet in height, which is equivalent to roughly a 2-story home. Now, like the Somerang's gazelle, the giraffes have adapted themselves to have long neck, long legs, so that they can reach resources that not many others are going to be reaching. One of the giraffe competitors is an African elephant, which is also a keystone species. Now, as we pull forward, we've got our male Maasai giraffe, and you can tell he's male because his color is darker than the other 2. That dark coloration is going to help him stand out, so that the predators will look at him. But also that dark coloration is going to make him Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome, and the ladies find him extra attractive, as well as with all of those bumps all over his face. Yeah, they like that. It's like rugged or something. Now, giraffe has 6-foot-long necks, 6 to 7-foot-long legs. And for every foot of height, they will have an inch of tongue. So watch the giraffe as they strip the leaves off of the branch of Australian acacia. You might be able to see that. Oh, there it is.
Buddy, look at the giraffe.
Raise your hands. Did you see that tongue? Yeah?
See a giraffe eating?
Now that tongue is dark for a reason. Giraffes spend about 18 hours out of the day browsing for food, using that tongue. And so that dark coloration is going to help prevent a sunburn. Now I want you to take a look at your right arm. Your right arm. And I want you to make a pointed finger on your right hand. Now from the tip of your pointed finger down to your elbow, that is roughly how long a giraffe's tongue is. Now the giraffes spend 18 hours out of the day browsing for food. Now you can think of that browsing as landscaping because they're helping control the overgrowth. So giraffes are the keystone species because they are the landscapers of the environment. Now take a look at the antelope. Do you see how comfortable they are with the giraffe? Well, that's because the giraffes are not competing with them for resources. Now the antelope are actually dependent on the giraffe for survival because giraffes are watchtowers. Now if these giraffes were to start running any animals around them, they're going to run as well because they know that the giraffe can see what they have not yet seen. Now the giraffes have their own alert system. tick birds are going to land not only on the giraffe, but other animals like our Cape buffalo. And those tick birds are going to pick off the ticks on their bodies, which is going to help them with their health. And then the tick birds, that is their main food source. But when those tick birds get startled, they're going to fly away. And that is going to alert the giraffe and other animals that there is potential danger. Now take a look at those Cape buffalo. You can't help but not see them. And that is because of that black coloration. Now black and white are the two most common colors that you'll find out in the wild. Whether an animal views things in color or on the grayscale spectrum, every single species is able to see black and white. Now the Cape buffalo want to be seen by the predators because they are very territorial and protective species. If you mess with one of them, watch out because you will have to deal with all of them. They are the second most dangerous animal in the world to humans because they are the second most likely animals to attack us. The first most likely, a hippopotamus. Now down on the left we had our East African black rhino and one of our animal care specialists. I think our male East African black rhino is going to be let out for the day. Hanging out here in our Central African habitat. Now East African black rhinos are solitary species, unlike the southern white rhinos that are social. And the only time you find them with the companionship of other black rhinos is when they're involved in courtship for breeding or when it's a mom with their offspring. We have a Ugandan cob on top of the hill with the rusty orange colored coat. Now they have purposely placed themselves higher up on the hill so that they're able to increase their range of vision, enhance their sense of smell, and also enhance their hearing. They are essentially mimicking what giraffes do naturally. Now the rusty orange coloration of the coat of those Ugandan cobs, it's communicating to you that they live in a green environment. And that is because red and orange blends in with green. Now because we view things in color, as well as birds and primates, these colors are very contrasting. But for animals that view on the grayscale spectrum, they will blend in. Now this may help you understand why tigers are orange, because they live in the green jungle of Asia. Now tigers are covered in black stripes because jungles are dark, but that black striping is going to help break up their body outline. Now go ahead and take a look over on the right hand. Now if these giraffes were to start running, any animals around them, they're going to run as well because they know that the giraffe can see what they have not yet seen. Now the giraffes have their own alert system. Tick birds are going to land not only on the giraffe but other animals like our Cape buffalo. And those tick birds are going to pick off the ticks on their bodies, which is going to help them with their health. And then the tick birds, that is their main food source. But when those tick birds get startled, they're going to fly away. And that is going to alert the giraffe and other animals that there is potential dark. But that black striping is going to help break up their body outline. Now go ahead and take a look over on the right-hand side. We've got an antelope called the Sitatunga walking through the water. Raise your hands. Do you think that animal lives in a green environment? Very good. He lives amongst the grasses. This is an aquatic antelope. It walks in the muddy, marshy grasslands. You can't quite see it from here, but this antelope is able to walk through the mud because it has a splayed or split hoof. Now you might be able to see the gait change a little bit if it goes on the dry land. I want you to keep watching. It's a little hard to tell. You can see it mostly when they're running, but once it goes on the dry land, it looks a little awkward when it walks. I don't know if you can see it. Nod your head if you kind of see that it's not walking as smoothly as it was, but it's because of the hoof is different. It is meant to be walking through the muddy area. But that white striping is because it's walking through the grasslands. Also, when you see white trader, and he started out at the San Diego Zoo back in the 30s as a veterinarian. He also spent time at the Bronx Zoo in the 40s, and then came back to the San Diego Zoo in the 50s, where he served as the director from 1954 to 1972. He was often heard saying, "I don't like bars, I don't like to see bars and barriers in front of wildlife," because he felt it wasn't natural. And that is what inspired Dr. Charles Schroeder in wanting to develop a breeding facility for the San Diego Zoo. So that is our original purpose, and it wasn't until a little while later that Dr. Charles Schroeder was inspired to open the breeding facility to the public as a zoo. Let's take a look at our dazzle. A dazzle is what you call a herd of zebra. This is our grubby zebra boys. These are the bachelors. Now remember, black and white can be seen by every species, so when a zebra stands on its own, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And that is going to be the case for the males. Now when there is the antelope, which is the main food source for the carnivores. Now we have our second largest antelope in the world. These are the common eland. They can come in at about 1,800 pounds. And these are all female, with their tan-colored coats and their 3-foot-long horns. Now the males physically look different. They are going to be gray in color, very muscular bodies, and their horns are only 2 feet in length. Now why are the male's horns smaller or shorter than the female? Well, what do the females do that the males don't do? Take care of babies. Now the female are going to use their longer set of horns to reach higher into the trees. And they're going to use the curves in the horns to help them connect to those branches so they can break them and bring them down to their offspring. So you can think of those longer set of horns as an assistance program for a single parent. It just helps them be able to provide better for their offspring. How selfless is that, right? Now we've got the springbok right next to those common eland. Now do you see how much shorter the springbok are compared to the Somerang's gazelle, the first ones that we saw? Their legs were very long. So those Somerang's gazelle are going to be able to reach resources that these individuals wouldn't. But they wouldn't be competing anyway because the Somerang's are found in the desert and these guys are found in the grasslands. So, yeah. But the springboks are also known as cheetah nuggets because they're the prey of the cheetahs. Now, cheetahs are the fastest land mammal, and they can reach a top speed of 65 to 70 miles per hour. Now, cheetahs are not distance runners. They're sprinters, so they can only maintain that speed for about 30 seconds to a minute. Now the springboks, they can reach a top speed of about 55 miles per hour, but they can maintain that speed. Now it's not as fast as a cheetah, but guess what? They have the ability to leap about 8 to 10 feet in the air, and this is a behavior that is called frolicking. So they may not be able to be as fast as a cheetah, but as long as they can maintain that 55 miles per hour and at the last minute, they can leap away from the danger. Clearly it works because the species is still here. Now our 1,800 acres, Dr. Charles Schroeder dedicated 1,000 acres to just the development of the park. The other 800 he set aside as a natural preserve. And our facility is surrounded by this preserve. So as we pull around these trees, I want you to look out to the left and look at all the undeveloped land out there. Now this land is covered in a critically endangered biodiversity hotspot. Yeah. Did you know we have 5 biodiversity hotspots right here in the United States? California is one of the 5 biodiversity hotspots, and we're actually the most biodiverse state in the continental USA. San Diego County is a biodiversity hotspot because of the habitat that is surrounding our facility. It's called California coastal sage scrub, and it is the second most endangered habitat found in the continental United States, with less than 15% of the habitat left, and that is due to habitat destruction, which is primarily due to housing development. Now this California coastal sage scrub and the preserve around our facility is part of our Southwest hub of conservation. Now, a lot of people don't understand how much habitat destruction is affecting the ecosystem. Raise your hands if you, I don't even know when Butterfly Jungle opens, but raise your hands if you plan on visiting Butterfly Jungle today. Very good. Now this is something we do every single year. We want to bring awareness of how important butterflies are to the ecosystem. Butterflies are a keystone species because they are a pollinator. So it's not just bees doing the work. Pollinators is insects, it's also reptiles, birds. Every single year we have a migration of monarch butterflies, the western monarch butterflies. Now there used to be billions of butterflies that would make this migration. And unfortunately, because of the habitat destruction, these numbers have decreased drastically. Now without our pollinators, we would not have life, because pollinators are helping seeds to be able to be formed, and then the animals are able to help plant these seeds, which is going to help everything else. Now we encourage our guests to help our pollinators by planting milkweed, which is going to invite the monarch butterflies into your yard, but you still want to watch them from a safe distance. You don't want to touch them or anything, but you're providing them with a food source. You're also going to provide them with a place where they can lay their eggs, which is going to help be able to help increase their population. Now look over on the right-hand side. We've got again one of our female southern white rhinos. Oh, please, I want you to look out to the left and look at all the undeveloped land out there. Now this land is covered in a critically endangered biodiversity hotspot. Yeah. Did you know we have 5 biodiversity hotspots right here in the United States? California is one of the 5 biodiversity hotspots, and we're actually the most biodiverse state in the continental USA. San Diego County is a biodiversity hotspot because of the habitat that is surrounding our facility. It's called California coastal sage scrub, and it is the second most endangered habitat found in the continental United States, with less than 15% of the habitat left, and that is due to habitat destruction, which is primarily due to housing development. Now this California coastal sage scrub and the preserve around our facility is part of our Southwest Hub of Conservation. Now, a lot of people don't understand how much habitat destruction is affecting the ecosystem. Raise your hands if you, I don't even know when Butterfly Jungle opens, but raise your hands if you plan on visiting Butterfly Jungle today. Very good. Now this is something we do every single year. We want to bring awareness of how important to help our pollinators by planting milkweed, which is going to invite the monarch butterflies into your yard, but you still want to watch them from a safe distance. You don't want to touch them or anything. But you're providing them with a food source. You're also going to provide them with a place where they can lay their eggs, which is going to help be able to help increase their population. Now look over on the right-hand side. We've got again one of our female southern white rhinos. Oh, we've got, oh, there she is. Go ahead and look towards the front of the tram. And she is one of the over 100 southern white rhinos that we've had aboard here at the park. Now she's kind of underneath the trees, so those of you in the back can see it a little bit better. Now we were the first facility to learn how to breed southern white rhinos, and you heard correct.
Lion nè. Không biết ví dụ như cái park rộng quá đến cuối ngày người ta ra không hết, người ta sót lại người sao biết được đâu. chắc xung quanh đây gắn camera hết á.
Giống như hồi xưa mẹ mở học ở Houston á, giống như cũng nguyên cái bạc vậy nè, mà chỉ có cái trường này, giống cái trại vậy đó. Chặng số 13 đó, nãy mình đi đường khác. Hình như lấy anh
Như hướng này á.
Bỏ con này đây nè.
Nhưng mà các bạn mới tên hướng này mà.
Tôi phải để giá mới tên nó là áo cũng thành nước thôi.
I don't know.
Chúng áo cũng thành nước.
Thì bây giờ mình đi ra lại á, trên đường mình đi ra đó. Có nguyên chiếc xe kìa đây.
Đây có một cặp đây. Hai anh này. Đi ngủ rồi. Hồi nãy nó là đây nè.
Ngủ á. Đúng rồi, giờ này ngủ trưa rồi.
Đây là có xe chip kìa.
Dạ là
Đi cái máy này đông quá.
nhưng mà lối đó lại không có ra chuồng này. Ngó thử ra nhiều cái rau này.
Come on, put it in the trash. Where's the trash can? Well, look.
Land to sleep. Maybe sleep for lunch.
Look at this. Taking a nap. What do you do?
They sleep all day.
Taking a nap. Getting my rest. You never know who might fucking test these hands.
Cheetah.
Không đang dậy là không dậy á.
Cả tôi hoài muốn coi muốn chụp hình muốn làm tao ngủ. Báo.
Giờ thì cũng chưa đâu hết. Phải xin chữ không? Còn đó nãy gì cho bạn à? Mấy bánh xe nè. Chở đi.
Ừ. Thôi đi hướng này đi, Elephant Valley kìa.
Đi hướng dưới đó là xuống đó. Đi vào Ram rồi.
Này private tour á. Ta đi một gia đình á.
Ở trên đây.
Ở trên đó không biết á. Đó không biết nhưng mà cũng có cả tour riêng tư nữa. Một gia đình á. Thôi đâu mấy trăm á, đâu rồi đi mấy tiếng. Khỏi xếp hàng. coi đây cho nó mát nè. Đang lên dốc. Thấp à? Thì nó ào ào cái thấp ha.
Ở đây dễ ít người đi á, rộng á, tour đâu bao nhiêu người.
Như elephant xuống dưới đây nè anh em. Tiếng sổ. Không biết hả? Ghê voi à.
Có show á, bây giờ đâu có show đâu nên nó để trống.
Chắc vậy.
Biểu diễn á.
Đó là sân khấu à.
Là biểu diễn. Cái màu của nó khác, không thấy không? It's not màu gray, right? Cũng là màu đất hơn, hả? Màu xanh này, xanh này. Giờ này ăn cỏ khô.
Mấy con voi bên Việt Nam mà còn phải buộc xích nữa.
Wow.
Không nổ. Họ nhậu, ủa anh đi không đi cho thú bên Việt Nam à?
Không nhớ đâu.
Có 2 con mà buộc xích nhát sợ nó chạy kìa.
Không đi đâu, anh ngồi chiều chiều. Anh tư dẫn đường có mấy tuổi, 7-8 tuổi rồi. Cũng có 3 chiều về. Nhìn lá phim em nó chết rồi. Còn đi là kitchen office cái người mà giữ con voi á, mất á.
Không biết là lao lên thử coi.
Lên dốc mà gặp nắng là mệt luôn á.
Đi vô này xe đang tụt dốc.
Bên là ray ra.
Coi tắt rồi. đây. Quẹo chai.
thiên nhiên, sở thú mà thú rừng thiên nhiên
Safari
ở dưới San Diego của California. Hình như hồi nãy anh nói cái này thuộc phải 180 acre, 180 acre rất là rộng luôn. Mình phải đi xe, đi cái tour chở mình đi khoảng 30 phút vòng mình mới nhìn được cái thú rừng hoang dã.
Cái đó là cái basic là nó bao gồm cái tour vé rồi. Còn những cái tour
hồi nãy mình muốn đi cái balloon á, mình rất thích đi cái balloon để mình lên cái cầu để mình xem hết cái toàn cái khung cảnh, nhưng mà bữa nay thì cái gió, vì cái chiều wind á, cái chiều wind cho nên là không có đi ngắm, không có đi được, cho nên phải tiếc. Mà mình không biết hồi mình có được cái option nào để mình đi không nha, chưa biết. Thấy đi thì thấy thích, là tại vì đi vừa ngắm cảnh vừa quá vừa nói chung là thích. Bây giờ uống gì nè, mỗi lần đi mệt á là thích uống bia.
Mùi mango.
Dạ, nó ngon, nó lạ. Mỗi lần đi thấy thích. Mà ở đây là nó thoáng hơn rất là nhiều luôn. Mỗi một chút á là mình có bàn, có ghế, mình ngồi, cho nên mình cảm thấy giống như là mình không có phải bị rush, bị gọi là vội vã để mình run đi từ từ thôi. Đi gọi là nghỉ sau giờ mình cuối tuần. Tuần này lại tiếp tục đi ăn bụi nữa cả nhà ơi, ăn hamburger với bacon nữa.
Đó là đi cái đó bao nhiêu?
Chắc 17 hả?
13
đồng. Cái phần này 13 đồng nha cả nhà.
Đi bia 16 đồng.
Đi bia là 16 đồng, mắc hơn cái phần ăn.
Nó có ly nhỏ hơn mấy đồng đó, nhưng mà thấy nhỏ xíu.
Đi chơi hết, mua nhiều ăn không có nổi không, mua ít thôi, chủ yếu là uống. Nó đi mệt uống là không nhiều, uống ăn nhiều lắm.
Nếu mà Tết đồ ăn Mỹ mua lại mấy ổ mì mang ra
thấy cái bàn kế bên không? Người ta mua chờ ba cái nước
Còn nước mình mua mình uống
người ta chỉ ngồi ăn hàng ta đi đông á, người ta cũng phải tính á,
tiết kiệm.
á.
Nếu là trời bây giờ mười mấy đầu cái này mua 2 ổ mì người Việt mình ăn ngon hơn.
Cho nên đi hồi sáng tại vì mình đi nói chung là mình sơ ý, mình không mềm chứ mình cũng có đồ nát nhưng mà không đem vô đây mới thấy là hối hận thấy tiếc, tại vì có rất là nhiều chỗ mát, mình không cần phải tới đông người như vậy, mình ngồi trong khu rừng với nó, mình có ghế công viên mình ngồi xíu hơn nhiều, nó thanh tịnh hơn thật á. Nếu mà ai có đi thì nên làm như vậy thì nó có cái không gian riêng của mình hơn, còn mình ở đây ngồi nhiều khi mình làm việc cho quán ăn rồi nên nhiều khi cũng đông lắm, nói chuyện cũng được tiện.
Now it's a little more.
I'll see you guys a couple times. There we go. Easier. Keeps it going.
I'm gonna get rid of the duck.
This thing's been great. Yeah. So leave it outside.
He ate the duck that night and left
Jesse doesn't like my joke about the bird voice. Wait, are you? Oh yeah. No, they came back to like visit right before Walkabout. You all right? Happened. And they weren't able to go back. And then my dad was like, yeah.
Tiger này nè, tiger này với tiger này. Gì scared?
Bamboo quá trời hả? Yeah.
Bamboo em thích bamboo.
Con này. Wow, she's mấy tiger ạ.
Đây này.
Let's go out of here. Two. Wait, no, it is.
Lincoln, come on, buddy.
Mommy, my problem.
Go, follow mom. Go follow mom, bud. Yep.
Không có kêu.
Người thiệt hả?
Người.
Oh my god. Tôi nhớ vậy hết hồn. mà đấu chui ra kìa.
Không nọ. Chắc ở trên xuống rồi.
No, they're not. It's so scary. They're not. Nó quá hồng á. Em tưởng nó là người nọ. Lúc này thì ra cho đúng nhất.
Terrace.
이게 뭐야, 아빠? 아빠 여기 뭐야? 호랑이 가죽. 어? 호랑이 가죽. 호랑이 가죽. 진짜 호랑이 가죽이야? 호랑이 죽어서 있는 거야? 엄마 오. 이건 진짜야?
Chỗ sao mấy đứa nhỏ nó quá trời hát.
Đi đi là chiếc quạt Ông ra trời ơi, tạo dáng như thế quen quen nha, nó Hồng Nhung chỉ mà. Đi à. Bác ngủ kìa.
Ngủ nữa.
Lai anh, hồi nãy Lai anh ngủ, giờ đến 2 giờ ngủ. Thầy chán tụi bay quá anh ơi, chán tụi bay quá. Giờ tao ngủ chưa?
Yeah.
It's too lazy to eat you right now. Way too lazy.
Sleep holder.
Hành gà tạc.
that coming.
Would stick down like your hole. That wonder.
Ở đây cũng là cái thay rồi nè, mà nó đầu
Yeah, this I can use for my class. They'll love this. That's a tiger. Oh, and there's the Condor Ridge. I haven't seen Daddy Flamingo. Remember they're talking about the condors, the Pine Creek, where they went from them? 2 for 500.
Cá khỏi tầng mai cái gì đầu nó gặp gì con đó.
They could just get up and just continue life.
Oh yeah, kangaroos. That's what I wanted to see too. Yeah.
This is right.
Planted to protect pollinators like bees, hummingbirds, and the western monarch butterfly, among many others. The western monarch is in danger of vanishing due to habitat loss, pesticides, disease, and changing climate. Their numbers are plummeted by more than 99% in recent years.
Cảnh đẹp quá ha. Cảnh thấy nó relax. Hình như mấy người ở đây người ta hay mua kiểu như
Cái thác luôn cái
membership luôn á.
Ra đây ngồi chơi. Sáng rồi đi về. Rồi đi vô.
Kiểu như dân ở đây á.
Chắc được 19 rồi. Cho đi rồi.
Quên garden. Về phải đi ha.
Dạ. Nãy mình đi ngang luôn.
On the right ha. Thấy con nào đó?
Đó. Kìa. Xanh ở trên kìa.
Vậy. Đây có eagle. Cái gì? Rồi hay biết spring lamb.
Cái này nó gọi là ship.
Sheep.
Cô
Giống như lamb.
cô sao mày bizarre. Ủa hay là con này nó bị nổi ra?
Kangaroo nè, rồi đi square. Nó còn bớt nhỏ xíu à này.
Ồ không hụt bớt, không bị bớt gì đâu. Dạ, ở giường mình có đó. Bớt này dễ thương. Bớt này nó chỉ ăn sâu nhỏ nhỏ là dễ thương.
We're able to experience a piece of Baja here at the safari park, thanks to a team of horticulturists that traveled to Baja, California 40 years ago. They were able to recreate the rugged desert wilderness they experienced. The fact that the Mexican government no longer grants the necessary collection permits makes this spot all the more special.
Không nghe là có bizarre sao?
Gì sao?
Dạ qua kangaroo rồi. Qua kangaroo. Nay đi giỏi quá trời. Quá trời.
Khoảng 10.000 step. Only 10,000 step. I don't know.
First, right here. I gotta go.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese garden. Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Rồi là vì cây này có hạt. Cái má bổ ba. Cái má mốt cái đỏ lá màu á.
Cái này biết chỉ gì không?
Bonsai.
Không nói gì đâu.
Okay. Okay, pal. Well, without a normal amount.
Good, good, very good.
You see kangaroo.
Cái này vô cái con chờ đó mình không vô đâu mình ra được hành động lắm.
Vô đâu?
Cái animal encounter đó. Phải đi ra lại. Đúng không?
Thì cái tới đây có.
You, and then you give us
I want to see it in my phone.
What are you doing back there? Making my neck itch so much.
Nè, nó là quay hình vậy thôi à.
Dạ, quay hình thôi hả? Dạ, đi vòng vòng cái ẩm lâu.
Okay, come on. I'll get you.
Australia.
Thấy có con gì bên đó mà nó nằm.
Stop.
Đi đây luôn ha, tiếp luôn ha. Ở trong.
Đi tiếp
Đi
đây
vào
đi.
phải. Left or right? Yeah, this one. No, no. Thôi mình đi trở lại á, trở lại chỗ mình ăn rồi phát exit luôn, là đi ra luôn.
À, vậy không có à.
Đi ngang qua chỗ phát exit. Vậy là mình đi cũng sắp hết rồi.
Rest of your day.
Nè có con chuột nè nè.
Yeah. Chuột hay sóc?
I think.
Thì nó dòng họ của nó. Dwarf Mongoose.
Có đi lên đâu? Đi lên cho biết. Nó hiu hiu.
Yeah, đó lại hiu hiu.
Flamingo nữa kìa. Chạy vòng vòng. Đến đây nó gần à, quay một chút cho.
Hey, we're still 3 minutes away.
From what? And what happened? Let me see your toy. Let's turn it upside down. Oh yeah. Other way. Turn it. These are delicate. These are the way down that way. Like the other one I'm saying. Oh, the flamingo.
사실 이렇게 찔릴 수 있어 뭐 내려와. 너 얼굴에 붙여라. 이것만.
Yeah. Mắc cái giọng nằm ngủ. Waterless.
Cuidado, mamá.
Đi đây đi, chắc thấy có người.
Chưa đi nè. Rồi đi làm hết, mình thấy nói đó, rồi đi làm
Terrace.
Vô mấy con vượn quá ba. Con vượn quá, con vượn đó. Còn phía nào anh? Đánh cái lửa mít ra phía kia.
Nhiều quá mình đâu đó đi hết. Nhiều khi mình đi búa xu đi vòng bay tới phải luôn.
Mình muốn vô cái bùng binh đó.
Sao tự nhiên nó để cái cây này đi là bắp té.
Oh, they are birds. You're right. I was wrong.
Yeah, and that one. It's great. They're so pretty. Oh, they make cool sound too. That's kind of like the sound you make.
They sound like griffins.
You do sound like them. We scared them away. They were like, what bird is that?
Qua đầu biết Út mê lắm nè. Nó mua giống vậy, nó trồng để nó làm bánh á. Đó, cái đậu mà làm ra màu tím á.
Let's go, let's go. Ok, được rồi. Kìa mắt ơi, có cái giọng này vô ngủ à. Kìa nó ra rồi, nó nghe nó mượn nó đi ra rồi, lúc rồi. Mã đầu ngộ.
What do they eat? What gorillas eat?
14 tuổi rồi. Ở đâu à? Nghe nè.
Over here.
Đang kiếm đường tẩu á. The fugitive. Cái này già rồi. Con già, con trẻ. Con này con đực nè. Con kia con cái trẻ hơn tới mười mấy tuổi rồi. Con này đực. Thì con kia trẻ hơn. Con này tới 30 mấy tuổi. Con kia mới mười mấy á.
Yeah, I'm trying to think this isn't making the noise. Because Camel has a little phone thing and then so does she. She has a little Phineas head. Did you see how he was a quick?
Look at that.
Photobooth nè. Mấy này chụp chơi. Hồi xưa mình chụp.
Gorillas have squabbles, just like we humans do, but they don't last long. At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park, the gorillas are allowed to do what they need to do to sort out their differences, just as they would in the wild. It's hard to believe these gentle giants are endangered, mainly due to habitat destruction. But San Diego Zoo's role is
What are you doing, Veruca?
and we can too. This contain a well-known as perfect, but it's not as well.
Look at the wingspan. Oh, Daddy took the picture.
Những nào đẹp hơn. Cái này rào không cho đi nữa. Không biết ai đâu. Chỗ này mình chưa đi nè, đu ná enter nè. Chỗ này đi chưa? Discovery. Nhớ kìa mình đi chiếc Midway US Midway, đừng có tưởng là hết rồi, cái mình đi vòng vòng ngồi xuống quá trời luôn, nhớ không? Ừ, xuống dưới mà rộng quá trời, mình đâu có biết đâu, có tưởng là cái tầng trên là hết. Càng xuống nó càng thấy nhiều cái hay, giống một cái city ở dưới. Này lúc like kids play rồi. Tối rồi bắt đầu đàn rồi. Chuồng đây. Bên đây con nè.
Việt Nam hả?
Giống. À. Không biết con gì hả? Nhiều loại á, nhốt mấy loại trong đây luôn mà cục cưng. À.
Cà rinh á.
Chắc đó.
Đó đó, ông đó đó.
Dạ, thấy
em rằng đó. Với cái ông xanh đó. của là trong rừng của Việt Nam là West Forest of Việt Nam.
He's like a parrot? Look at his hair.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's called
Probably
the
great blue tobacco.
That one, oh. Oh, there's two. That one didn't like, oh my goodness.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Con còn một xíu à. Hay không? Nó chạy không? Một xíu. Ở đây. Let's go.